For a gospel art, listen, whether you grease your hair or not, your spirit is the most important tool you have. Write that down.
The essence of what we need to do is to rise above mediocrity.
Think like a businessman. Get involved in everything that is happening. If you have a record label,
how much quality are you putting in what you do?
So we have to understand the power of social media and leverage on it to be able to create a digital revolution.
Excellence is not the preference, it's the standard of what we represent as Christians.
It is God's responsibility to bless you. It is your responsibility to prosper. God will not do that for you.
Child of God, you and I must command God's essence. See, God's essence, absolute truth cannot be denied.
The power of focus is the new way to get people interested in what you're doing, because so many people don't read anything anymore. It's so sad.
Who are you? What is your brand promise? What do you think and say about yourself? You need to be positive.
It's God's responsibility to bless you. It is your responsibility to prosper, but you can't prosper if you don't have products. Your music is a product. Whatever it is you do, that is a product.
Look, you've got to understand the station format. You want to play a song, is it a beat format? Is it in the beat format? Is it in the Cool FM format? It's a classic format. If a song is coming out today and you want to go to Classic FM, it's classic.
What we don't know is that for the gospel artist, your music is weapon. It was as powerful as a gun, as a cannon, as a drone. God saw it exactly the same way he saw a sword, saw a shield, saw a spear, saw your worship.
I'm sure we've all heard the saying that image is everything. And yours truly, image is everything. More than what you do is actually how you do it. That's what makes you different. So we can all be musicians here, but what makes us different each is how we do it and how we communicate the talent that we have. That's what makes Sinach different from Frank Edward, or Sissy Winers different from Fred Hammond or Kirk Franklin. It's how they do what they do. Because if they all do it same way, I'm sure we'll probably, be spoiled. We will only just have an option to choose one of them. But because they all bring different values and different offerings, so we love all of them because they give us different service and fulfill different things in us. Have you ever wondered why when you go to a shop or a supermarket, you see all of these brands on a shelf and you pick just one? Why do you think that is? It's because the product appeals to you. Companies spend millions, billions actually, on branding. So content is very important, but how you package that content is equally, actually more important than the content itself. So the objectives for this is understanding the concept of branding, the benefits of projecting a powerful brand, the attributes of a personal brand, discovering your brand, the components of a personal brand, and then practical solutions on how to discover your brand. So this is just a background of, businesses, successful brands. So we say that the essence of branding is to distinguish oneself from or business from the pack, basically to be outstanding. And branding is intentional. You must never leave it up to others to define who you are. So according to Albert Mehrabian, according to his, Albert Mehrabian's communication statistics, 55% is appearance, projection is 38%, and then content is 7%. So that's to say that the non-verbal communication is actually 93%, and then content is 7%. Isn't that amazing to discover that actually your content is, has less weight than your appearance, and then your projection. So, the judgment triangle here, you see association, rapport, and then trust. When you walk into a room, first of all, like this gentleman that just walked in, so I look at him and I size him up. That's the word. I size him, I analyze him. Oh, and I look. Oh, he's got a lovely smile and he's nicely dressed. I would like to meet him after the conference because I like his appearance and his projection, his nonverbal communication. He's smiling, which shows me that he's friendly and he's receptive. So you see people, appearance and projection, and then you decide if you want to associate with them based, on your judgment. And then when you meet them, you decide, if you want to have a rapport with them. So I go and meet him, and then the rest of what happens determines if I want to have a rapport with him. And then over time, I can decide, whether or not I can trust him. But, all of these things have to be put in place: non-verbal communication, appearance, and projection. So, this may sound vain, but it means that it is actually image over substance. As hard as it is to believe, it is image over substance. So, the Johari window. So, the Johari window actually explains the four sides of, every individual. So, there's your private self, the part that is known to you alone. There's your public self, the part that is known to everyone. There's your untapped potential, abilities that you do not know that you have. And then there's your blind spot. So usually the problem we face is ensuring that there's congruence and consistency between our public self and our private self. So you find that you're one way, you think that you are this, but what people actually perceive is different. But the more your public self and your private self harmonize, the closer you come to self-worth. You understand what I'm saying? Okay. So it takes 7 seconds, to create a lasting first impression, and 13 further meetings to correct a wrong impression. It takes 7 seconds to create a lasting first impression, and 13 further meetings to correct wrong impressions. Suffice to say that you should always put your best foot forward, because you may never have another chance to correct a wrong impression. So the ABC of image is appearance, communication, and behavior. I've already established that. So let's talk about appearance. So appearance consists of your color, your style preference, body lines, lifestyle, and then your wardrobe. So experts say that color is the most important element of a personal brand identity. And it creates brand recognition up to 80%. Why? Because people are highly visual. I look at you and I don't know what you have upstairs, but I look at you and all I'm seeing is what you're wearing, what color, how your hair is, what makeup, how, your body language. People are highly visual. So, in fashion, we say people will always look, so make it worth their while. So since you know that people will always look at you, or that, you can't hide in your house, you always come out and interact, always make sure that what people see, they like. Yeah? So, if I'm losing you, please just raise up your hands if you don't understand anything that I said so far. So, because I really don't, this is quite a lot to do in 25 minutes, so I'll just run through. So there's style preference. There are 5 style preferences. There's dramatic, there's classic, there's natural, there's sporty, and there's romantic. So each of these is actually supposed to help you project who you are as a person. So discover your style preference and then stick to it. Body lines. So for women's body lines, we have banana, apple, pear, and hourglass. So Nigerian women basically, or no, African women are more pear-shaped. They've got, they're bottom heavy, and all of that. So if you can't wear what is meant for a pear-shaped woman, if you're an apple figure, you just will look horrible. So know your body lines and know how to dress yourself according to your body lines. That's one way to appear spot on all the time for men and women. Same thing for men. These are men's body lines. Discover your body lines and know what suits you. Yeah? So, this is my favorite, the oval. Yeah. Because when Nigerian men get married, they instantly have this body line. It's amazing. Why? Non-verbal communication. So, one of my favorite authors, Peter Drucker, says that the most important thing in communication is to hear what is not being said. For us, that would mean that action speaks louder than words. And these are some of the non-verbal communication medium: body language, eye contact, posture, hygiene, attitude, etiquette and social graces, executive presence. Eye contact, very important. They say if you want to know how honest somebody is, look into their eyes. So if I'm speaking to you and I'm doing this, hi, my name is Jennifer, I'm an image consultant. What do you do? Where do you work? I work in Lekki Phase 1. Really? Learn to look at people. Executive presence. I don't know, how many people watch Power here? They say this is a big rich town. I love that song. So, but I don't know why the graphic artist put a crying picture of Ghost. He looks like he's in pain. I told him to put like an executive. Maybe next time I'll use Steve Harris. Yeah, swag. So executive presence. So forget all of this jargon. It's just, rhetorics. Executive presence is the X factor. That's what makes you stand out. I walk into a room and then I command respect and I command the room. I have this vibe, I have this aura. Everybody wants to know who's this chick. She's hot and she's got swag. Who is she? Executive presence. I carry something that I cannot explain, which is called the X factor. So practical solutions to developing executive presence: look and sound the part. I cannot overemphasize this. Stand for something, hone your communication skills, network, self-evaluate, be real. People like genuine people. I don't understand why someone who's never traveled out of this country speaks Cockney. Really? Cockney? You hear all of these artists, I gotta, I wanna. Jesus Christ. If you can sing in your local dialect, do it. We will follow you. You don't have to, I wanna, I gotta. It's not necessary. Even when you're speaking to people, can you get me the water? What the hell is water? Be real, be genuine. People like real people. That's why they say, computers cannot take the place of men. Because people want contact, and when they have that contact, they want someone who's real. They want someone who's genuine. That's why, most people that go for most of these live shows, idols and all of these things, you see people who have lovely stories. I was riding my bike one day, and I fell down. I thought I was going to die, and that's when I realized that, I heard a bird sing, cuckoo, coo, and that's when I realized that I love music, that Lord, before I died, let me sing. Touching story. And then even if they sing absolute rubbish, the judges are like, you have me, I vote for you. It was a touching story. Genuine people. So, always have a story. You can fake some, but, just have a story, really. Have a story. Show warmth. IQ is very good, but emotional intelligence is better. So IQ goes with EQ. You should be approachable and engageable. I don't understand why music artists, after you've led people to worship and people have been slain, take me, Holy Ghost, and then you come down and someone is saying, say hello to me. Like, you're a fan. Just pretend like you're a fan. Like, I loved your music. Oh, thank you. You know, Minister. Call me Minister Jennifer. Oh, hi. Okay. What was that? What's that called? Really? I thought that was swag, you know. I've got swag. You know, I don't associate myself with. I just do my business and just go. Always seek feedback. It is important to know how others see you. I'm not saying just go about searching for what people are saying about you, but this is a service. Music is a service. So you want to know how people perceive your music. You know, so you should seek feedback. Very important. So I'm just going to rush through the next slide. Why must I have a brand? To define your career. You must have a brand to define your career. Once your desired results, you know, once you need to know, you know, what you desire and, you know, how you go about them. It helps you work smarter, not harder. So recently I'm pushing the concept of working smarter, not harder. You can't be busy doing nothing. You're just all over the place. I'm trying to get a manager. I'm trying to get a record label. I'm trying to get PR. I'm trying to sing. Really, really, dude, calm down. Smarter, not harder. So when you have a brand, when you know your brand or you have a brand, it helps you to work smarter because you know where you're going to. Having a brand is a spiritual component. I love this part because it means that once you see yourself as unique in the world, you no longer have the pressure, you know, of weighing yourself against other people, because you realize that you are unique and you're the only one who can give a certain experience. So we can have like all of you are musicians here, you know, and I'm a musician too, hallelujah. So we're all musicians here, but there's no competition for me because I'm the only one who can give what I can give. I have a vibe that only me can give. So once you understand that, you'll be comfortable in your own skin, and all you do is try to hone your craft and not compete with other people. You will be your own competition because every time you want to raise your bar. So it helps you connect with your music and your audience. These are recognizable brands. What are you known for? Okay, so who are you? What is your brand promise? What do you think and say about yourself? You need to be positive. No more negative speaking. Perception of Nigerian gospel artists, they are diverse, unskillful. So I sampled people's opinions. What do you think about gospel artists? And this is what they had to say. Unskillful, poorly packaged, poor PR, lack of brand identity, poor courage and executive presence, lack of excellence and mastery. They lack creativity, originality, and sustainability. Most gospel artists are just one-hit wonders. They come out with one great song and you don't see them anymore. Why? Failed mainstream artists they use gospel music as a means to an end. Means that half of us were not called, or half of gospel artists were not called. They just wanted to make the buck and just get away. Okay, so how to discover your brand? Figure out, how am I unique? How am I distinct? Who is my target audience, and why am I the best person to satisfy them? Why do I do what I do? What are my brand values, and how can I translate them? How to develop your brand statement in 30 seconds. We call it an elevator pitch. This is it's not cast in stone, but it should have all of these elements. I am, decide what you are. Who, what is unique about you? That is your unique selling point. 4, what is your target audience? And what experience do you want your target audience to have? If you can define these things, it will help you to streamline your music. It will help you to streamline your content. It will help you to streamline where you go, where you don't go, you know, and all of that. Be involved in your community. People need to know that you have a heart, that more than the money, you also care about the people who support your music. Be bold, never be afraid to ask. In the beginning, never say no. So this is where, a lot of, gospel artists get it wrong. You want to blow with your first music. Really? Blow? You will blow back to the village. Never say no. Because people do not know you, you need every platform. It's not about money. So anywhere you get the opportunity to minister or to sell your music, take it. With or without money, because at this point, you don't have nobody knows you. So who are you doing shakara for? So Look for every platform, take advantage. Then when you're known, you can now start to streamline where you go and where you don't go. But now, and this also helps you to perfect your craft, because you know how people gauge you, and all of that. Sell yourself. Always, when you meet somebody, don't be afraid to tell them what you do. Music is serious business. It takes a lot of creativity to make good music. I think music is the hardest business than going to work, because going to work has a formula. Music, you need to constantly change, evolve, do something different from your last album. But as a image consultant, if somebody asks me to speak, I could just take same slides. So don't be ashamed. Sell yourself, have your pitch. Your book will be judged by its cover. Look, sound, behave. Look, sound, behave. Your body is what contains your content. Pay attention to how you look, how you sound, how you project. Non-verbal communication is 93%. Always remember that. So before people hear you speak, how you look and how you project, you are judged by that. So it's image over substance. Ladies, pay attention to your hair, your hygiene, your makeup. You can't wear makeup for, I don't know, Calabar Carnival, out on the road. No, please, darling, please. God bless you. More tips. Define success for yourself. What is success to me is different from what is success to you, because my definition of success is what drives me to do what I do. So define success. It will help you. It will help you to know what fuels your drive, so that you're not just towing the path that I'm towing blindly and aimlessly. Have a mentor. Very important. You need someone to ground you. You need someone to be accountable to. You need someone to guide you. You actually even need a shoulder to cry on when you're stuck in a rut. And your mentor doesn't have to be someone in the same line of business with you. It just has to be someone you respect, someone who has a wealth of experience, and someone who's a good listener. Someone who can be your champion when they should be your champion. Someone who should be your critique when they should be your critique. Yeah? Always have it. So look for a mentor. Think like a businessman. Sorry, gospel music is not free. You should make money off of it. That's why the Bible says that the gift of the man maketh way for him. So you should make money off of it. But you must it has to be a passion first. You must love doing what you're doing, so that even when there's no money attached to it, but when it's necessary, you can give off like you're being paid 20 million for it. But think like a businessman. Get involved in everything that is happening. If you have a record label, thinking like a businessman means that everything that you do, the target is to make profit, to increase your bottom line. That's how a businessman thinks. He wants to appeal to his customers. He wants to appeal to his audience. That's how a businessman thinks. Constantly improve yourself. Vocal training, very important. An athlete always runs in the morning. It is his life. You see this? This is the life of a music artist. So I don't understand how you don't do vocal training, you don't have a vocal coach, and you just come up to sing and you say, please don't listen to my voice, listen to the words of the song. I will shut down immediately, because I will know that you don't know crap. Be persistent. You see, with this work, it takes persistence, because the faint-hearted, they will put you out. Be persistent. Ensure congruence in all you do. I said this, your appearance, your sound, your communication tools, your business cards, your website, your logo, there's got to be congruence. I don't see why your website would be green and white and your logo is yellow and gray and your business card is, I don't know, orange. Come on. Even if eventually I see you, I've never met you before, all I'll be thinking is blue and white websites. All I want to ask you is, bet why? Bet why? Why did you do that to us? So whatever you say, I've already formed impression about you in my head. So everything should be intentional. Seek feedback, and I'm done. Yeah. After you've done all you know to do, the Bible says stand. But make sure that you've done all. you've ticked all the boxes. Appearance, check. Sound, check. Projection, check. Everything, check. You stand. The gift of a man maketh way for him. I am the Lord your God who teaches you to profit. God likes money. He wants us to profit. So you can't be doing freebies everywhere. Yeah? Freebies everywhere. You end up like all these athletes who, or Nollywood actors who die and nobody's taking care of them. Freebies. Thank you very much. I'm sure you were expecting another slide. I'm done. So once again, my name is Jennifer Okeakwa. My email address is jennifer2@yahoo.com in case you want to send me an email. This is my number. But please, you know what is reasonable. The reasonable time to call me, so I will not say it. Twitter. My Twitter handle is JejeFresh. This is my Facebook, and then this is my Instagram handle. If you're sending me an email from here, please put your name on the subject column and then /Zamar 2016 so that I can give special preference to that email from people coming from here. Thank you very much. So go into the world and shine.